What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. This video I'm just going to go and retrieve one of my trail cameras here in one of my hunting areas. It's been sitting out here on some state game lands for the last 6 months almost, since winter time, and I haven't checked on it since then, so I'm hoping that the batteries didn't die over the winter, but I'm really curious to see what's on this trail camera. I've already seen multiple elk, I've seen bear, coyote, deer, bucks, and even people, so it's going to be really interesting to see what's on this camera after about 6 months of it sitting out here in this wilderness area. And this area that I'm going to has elk, bear, white-tailed deer, so I'm actually really curious if there's gonna be any bear on the camera, especially like the last 2 to 3 months, which is when the bears are really active. So the trail camera is on a well-used game trail. It's used by multiple different types of animals, so just really curious what's going to be on this camera. So I got to hike to this trail camera, probably about 1.5 miles or so. It is tick season now. Hopefully I won't get any ticks. I got some picaridin lotion I put on, and I just got to be careful of any rattlesnakes, because there's a lot of rattlesnakes here, and also got to be mindful of bear. It's the end of June, so it's still the bear mating season now, so the bear could be pretty aggressive, and also there's a lot of elk at this area, so I got to watch out for the elk too. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and hope you enjoy this little hike with me, and at the end of the video I'll show you guys what was on the trail camera. And it's a beautiful day today. Really nice weather. It's probably in the 70s right now. Kind of partly cloudy. It's typical for north central, northwestern PA. It's always cloudy. Always a chance of storms or a chance of snow. But perfect weather for a hike, so let's get after it. Let's see what's on this camera. Maybe we'll see some wildlife while we're here. Maybe we'll see an elk or something, bear. It's just so green. How lush it is. Beautiful ferns. So what Pennsylvania does on a lot of state lands, also on national forest land too, Allegheny National Forest, is they'll close down certain roads outside of hunting season. So what that does is just prevent unnecessary vehicular traffic in the off season, so game animals aren't spooked by too much vehicular traffic. So like this dirt road I'm walking on, during hunting season they open up a gate, so kind of saves you like an extra 1/2 mile of walking, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're dragging out a deer, bear, or elk, that can make a huge difference, especially in the winter months when it's cold. So nice to be able to go here in the warm months. So used to always going here when it's freezing cold. Gotta layer up and everything. Just wearing a t-shirt and some shorts. Almost feels like I'm cheating. It's too easy. We got these big meadows here. This is a reclaimed coal mine, and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation actually came here and assisted the Pennsylvania Game Commission in planting certain greenery in these meadows to lure in the elk. There's a lot of elk here actually. I've seen tons and tons of tracks everywhere. And on my trail camera I've seen them. I've yet to actually see one while I'm here, but maybe that'll change today. But yeah, it's a elk hotspot over here. We got some kind of big bird over there. Maybe that was a falcon or hawk or something. Seen eagles here before. So this was once a giant strip mine here, and they reclaimed it. There's just a ton of elk sign in this area. I see a deer down there, look. Got a doe down there. I don't even think she sees me. Actually, two does. There's another one right there. There she goes. Wow, look at how she's jumping. It's like a rabbit. She ran off into the woods. Wow, this is interesting, guys. There's a buck over there. Just ran off into the woods. The buck was with the doe, but it's end of June. That's weird. So there was a good sized buck with that doe. The buck went over there, doe went over there. Wow. Looked like he might have been a big 6-pointer or something. His antlers are pretty tall. Oh, there's more. Wow, they can really hide in this hay. This hay is like almost up to my chest. Yeah, so the buck was right there. Right there. And he was with the doe, like in this area. The doe went up there. And the buck ran in there. And then the two younger does ran in there. There's always something interesting when I go up here. That was pretty cool. There's just so many deer here. There's just a deer right there. She just ran off into the woods. The woods here are just so thick. Just full of mountain laurels. Mountain laurels make good cover for all kinds of wildlife. Look at these giant ferns, guys. Check that out. These ferns are monstrous. Got some mosquitoes over here. Man, I just hate walking through this stuff in the summer. Never know what's in this grass. Could be a snake or ticks or something. Gotta go through here. Keep our eyes out for rattlesnakes. Look how thick it is here. Look at these ferns, guys. A lot of people think, oh, Pennsylvania is probably mature hardwoods, wide open. No, Pennsylvania can be pretty thick. As you can see, all these mountain laurels everywhere. It's like an impenetrable wall, basically. There's no way you're getting through that. Look at all these ferns. These ferns are gigantic. Wow. This impenetrable laurel. It's a good place for SHTF. Just get so nervous walking through this stuff. Look at these ferns, guys. Could be rattlesnakes anywhere. Gotta really be careful. Go through all this crap here. Look at this, guys. Good to stop and listen every now and then. See if you hear a rattlesnake rattling. They usually warn you when you get close. This is like perfect rattlesnake country right here. Just keeping my eyes on the ground. See any snakes laying out in the open, sunning themselves. Woods open up over here. A little bit more open. We're almost at the camera. Look at all these ferns. You could literally lay down in these ferns and nobody would see you. So our camera's down there. There's like a little wet area here. It's probably dry now. So let's go see what's on that camera. moss showing up here. There's our little wet area, little watering hole. Our camera's facing towards it. This area is full of blueberries too. It's full of blueberries here. Some of this moss is dried up. Still feels kind of wettish though. Look, see these blueberry bushes? You can actually see the blueberries are starting to ripen up. Check it out. Look at that nice blueberry. The bears are going to be here for sure. But they're not ripe yet, as you can see. Most of them aren't. You can see they're like this reddish color. But this area will be full of blueberries soon. Hopefully our camera's still here. Oh, we got more berries, look. Wow, let's grab some. Look at that, guys. Wow. There's our camera. Thankfully no one stole it. Actually had that happen, kind of. One guy clipped a solar panel wire on one of my cameras. Wow, it's so thick here. Alright, let's change the batteries, download the videos, and then we'll be on our way. Alright guys, so got the camera back up. I moved it a little bit higher because I noticed on some of the pictures it was a little too low and I couldn't see the antlers of some of the animals, but I did see a huge bull elk walk through here on the camera probably a few weeks ago. I'll have to double check. Saw a huge bull elk a couple times. He had velvet. Saw a bunch of white-tailed doe and some fawns, but we'll take a closer look when I get home. Saw a bunch of cow elk also. Some of the cow elk were actually just bedding down like right here in front of the camera, but there it is. So we'll check this camera again probably at the end of summer. Sometime in August I'll come back and see if there's any bear on the camera. I would imagine they would come here because of the berries, and I did see one bear last fall on the camera, so I just think that this time of year the bear probably didn't come through here yet because there's no food here really. The berries are not ripe yet and there's no acorns anywhere, so but I think later in the summer we'll see some bear on this camera. So let's hike back now, and I'm gonna actually just check one big open area over here. Maybe we'll see some elk or deer or something. There's a huge open meadow. So we'll hike to that and then we'll hike home to the truck. It's so beautiful here, so quiet, peaceful. But you can see this game trail is pretty prominent, very well used here, so pretty cool. Oh guys, a lot of blueberries here, check it out. They're starting to ripen up. Wow. Very sweet. Look at that. There's still a lot that are not ripe though. Yum. These are all ripe, look. Bunch of blueberries there. Yeah, the bears will be here soon. Alright, let's get out of here. got some elk poop right here. Check that out. That elk poop right there. It's a pretty big poop. I've seen bear claw marks here before. Last year I saw them over here, right over here somewhere. Just want to show you guys my gear. So got my Glock 20 with bear loads, got my direct action Ghost backpack, my Spot X in case something happens out here, which shouldn't, and that's pretty much it. I'm traveling light, just got the bare minimums. It'll be cool to see if there's any big herd of elk out in the clearing. Evening time is coming, so I expect there to be some elk. It's just such a good mixture of cover here. So you got the laurels, the dense laurels, which all these game animals can hide in. You got a lot of nut-bearing trees here, and you got all these open fields all around, so it's like the perfect place. Perfect hunting spot. Spooked a deer walking in the middle of the trail here. She's just staring right at me. Wow. Oh, there she goes. Here we are, guys. I'm at this big open meadow here. You might have seen me here before in my hunting videos. It's all hay here. And they actually do come in here with tractors and cut the hay so it doesn't get too tall. As you can see, they cut like half of it. The state comes here and cuts it. This hay is so thick. Wow. Wouldn't even attempt to walk through this now. Not this late in the day. The sun's going down. Probably another hour of daylight or so. It's all hay. Look at this, guys. Wow. That's probably full of ticks. Maybe not. I actually have never caught a tick here. Let's just kind of walk around and see what we can find here. This leftover stone pile here from when this was an active coal mine, and this is a magnet for rattlesnakes. They can just go right under there, cool themselves off. and slither out here on this gravel and heat up. Just walk a little and see if we can spot some elk anywhere. Bear or something. I'm actually gonna walk on this mowed section here. This is not too bad. Might get a good view from up here. So far, no sign of elk in this area. I'm sure they passed through though. But right now, at this moment, they're not here. They're definitely in the area though, that's for sure. There's probably like half a dozen giant fields like this on this property. We're just on one of them. There's a whole bunch here. So this used to all be a giant strip mine, and now it's habitat for elk. Isn't that pretty cool how they do that? But man, it's just so beautiful out here. I like to go out here to clear my mind and get all the negative stuff out of my head, you know, all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world. When you go out here, you just forget about all that, you know, politics and wars and pandemics. It's just like a separate world out here. You know, nuclear war could happen right now while I'm here, and I would never even know, because there's no cell phone signal. There would be no sirens anywhere. I wouldn't know until I got back to my truck. You know, all hell could be breaking loose right now, and I would have no clue, because over here in the wilds, it's just another day for all these animals, all these birds and wildlife and everything. For them, it's just another normal day. They don't care if there's nuclear war. They wouldn't even know. It's pretty crazy. Just spooked some turkeys that were in their roosts. Wow. Let's see if I can get that on film for you. They were giant. They were sitting in these trees right here. They just took off. For those of you guys who don't know, turkeys actually sleep in trees. They were up in these trees and I spooked them out. So much wildlife here. Let's see if we can see that one turkey landed somewhere over here. The other one flew over the treetops. It's crazy, I've never actually seen turkeys fly that high before. One turkey flew all the way over the top of those oaks there. The other one like landed somewhere down here. That was pretty cool. We got some more meadows here. No sign of elk though, but it was cool to see those turkeys, that's for sure. So I think we're gonna head back to the truck now. Just want to show you guys what a Pennsylvania natural gas drilling platform looks like. Look at the deer over there. There's a ton of deer over here because it's all just open, grassy terrain. It's just a giant natural gas platform over here. This whole area. There's a ton of natural gas in these hills here. And oil too, actually. It's just a giant platform here. All these open meadows are just magnets for wildlife. There's a huge area here. I just saw a bunch of deer. Might even see an elk or a bear over here. It'd be fun to come here in the winter when there's snow, do a bunch of donuts here on this wide open road.